So yeah, I've learned from Rex about caring. Kano, my recent one, it's not come out yet, but when it does come out, it'll be cool. I'd love to see what people say. But he said one thing that I think will shape my 2020, like will shape the next year for you. And he was like, I just want to be involved in great things. And for me, it's like, you're so great. Like, you put out such good music, you're acting now, you've had such a cultural impact, and still I just want to be involved in great things.
And a political impact in a way as
well.
Even what he's talking about in his work.
Exactly, and we spoke about like the Jules Holland performance and stuff like that. And it's not easy for him. Like, I didn't even realise, but for him to go and put on a performance like that, he does still have people saying like, are you sure you want to do that one? To me, it's like, look, you're KA, go and do whatever you want to do, sort of thing. But it's still a battle for him on his level. I think in the interview he said after that performance, he had some of his neighbours like saying like, oh yeah, I saw your Jules Holland sort of thing. Names that he'd never spoken to before. But if you look at what he's actually talking about in that Jules Holland performance, like, it's hard, man. It's hard, especially in this media society, and there's lots of gatekeepers. Like, we think they're just gatekeepers in music. There's gatekeepers in everywhere, whether that be TV, online, who supports you there, who calls you to, like, imagine if the producer from Jules Holland didn't like Kano. They're likely not to call him to come and do it. Do you know what I mean? There's gatekeepers everywhere. So to go somewhere and to make such a stand, same with Stormzy, like, he always puts on for black culture.
Like Glasto as well.
Like Glastonbury.
That was massive.
Exactly.
That was a huge moment. And I heard when he was on Jonathan Moss, I think, he was talking about the fact that his in-ears weren't working.
Yeah, they stopped working,
and he just carried on for like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah. That is madness. Because that's happened to like a few artists, I think. And obviously, in some cases, it hasn't been as
that way.
Do you know? So, but that just shows the level of his talent.
You know, it's true.
That's insane. I just love how he started with the Gets thing.
Yeah.
Arts Carlos. Always Arts Carlos. That's what I say. Whenever in doubt, Arts Carlos.
For anything.
Yeah, just Arts Carlos, I basically. So
Gets actually broke down that situation recently on the For the Culture podcast.
Oh
For
yeah.
the Culture,
yeah.
Tricky and Lippy. He actually explained that whole situation. It's so cool. That's just something we've grown up with. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I was younger, the way I see youths today, like on the blog sites and commenting and stuff like that, I wasn't necessarily that person. But I remember when those videos would go around on your phone and like that was our entertainment sort of thing. So I sort of understand why the blogs are thriving now, sort of thing, because they've sort of centralized all the stuff that we used to talk to about ourselves, if that makes sense. And obviously I feel like most of the blogs perpetuate negativity too much, if that makes sense. But I understand why they're so well followed. Yeah,
I think negativity sometimes causes discussion as well.
Yeah.
So they're bringing it out. They're just like, oh, look what someone said out, and then leaving out that it's out of context. But look what someone said, and then people can debate things in the comments. Sometimes I just go on some comments and just think, just read. And sometimes I read until I hear some nonsense, and I'm like, yeah, that's enough Instagram, and I just come out because sometimes I chip in and say some stuff. I had a interview before which ended up on a lot of the blogs, and someone just was wanted to smoke in the comments, and I was like, not today, Satan. So I went straight in and I just went, listen, you know, but I'm not like, oh, you know, F you and shut up, you know what you're talking about. I'm like, you need to, because what it was is I had a guest and they're saying that I shouldn't have been interviewing him because of what he's saying, but I'm like, it's his opinion, he's entitled to sit down and give his opinion. A guy called Handles,
a rapper, and he was saying something about buying music,
black people don't buy music, and like a whole bunch of other stuff. And I said, but he's entitled, and they're saying, oh, by me giving him the space to talk. I go, no, but that's not good thing, innit? Like, it's his interview, it's his opinion. I can't say to him, oh, that's rubbish. Like, I can disagree with him, but I have to let him speak. Because they said it was like almost undermining my work, and I was like, look, you need to go back and see the catalogue of my work and just, you know what I mean?
I think we live in an age,
someone's got something to say all the time.
Everyone values their own opinions so highly that anything that challenges it, they don't want to hear, sort of thing. Yeah,
that's this closed-minded, I feel, because everyone can have a difference of opinion, and you truly believe in your your opinion. I get that, but you still need to let someone express theirs.
And you got to be willing to hear the other side, the other point of view. Like even with politics right now, like we're on the brink of the election or whatnot, blah blah. People, I asked on my Instagram yesterday actually, like,
I seen it about, does someone will come on and talk about,
who are you voting for and why? Like, I actually want to know why. I don't want to tear you down. I don't want to say you're wrong, you're this and that, but I want to know why you're voting the way you're voting. People came in my DMs and stuff, explain, like, a lot of people were quite brave to come and explain why they're voting for who and whatnot, but we don't listen enough in society. Do you know?
I think now what's happening, especially with something like the election, people are just putting information out there saying, oh, vote for this, vote for this party, vote for this party. But people aren't explaining why. Sometimes some of the blogs and things like that are explaining or putting videos up of this is the facts of why you should vote for this party, which is obviously a lot better, because then it becomes a trend. We're voting this person because like the blog told me to. Do you know what I mean? Which is not really, but a lot of people struggle to have their own mind now because there's so many opinions.
So many opinions, I know. So you sort of got to just try and zone it out. I never get in the comments. Never ever get in the comments. I think from early, when I saw the negative YouTube comments that I got, that's on the day I said, nah, I could never jump in the comments. No. Someone called me, what did someone say once? I think someone called me the N-word on YouTube, and I was thinking like, yo, I've only just come into the sea, like
I've just sat down to do this.
I've only just got here, and you lot are coming with this. From that moment on, I said like, nah, I just gotta leave it. But yeah, I guess if you can evoke an emotion from someone, that's good as well. Yeah. I'll take it all, but I never get in the comments, man.
So you don't believe in this council? I can't even talk today. Cancel culture, there is.
The cancel culture? Oh, as in Xing people?
Yeah.
I just I don't know if it works, like...
you know what it is? I think that the best way to do it, if you're going to do that, is really stick by what you say. So say, for example, you have a problem with a particular brand, then don't shop there anymore. Let's keep it simple, let's keep it real. So, or if you have a problem with a particular person, don't follow them, or you know what I mean. But people claim that they're cancelling them out and yet still following and still buying the
I think what makes it even more tricky is, say there's a particular brand, people will cancel the brand, say they've done something wrong, but the parent company, who own a number of different brands, they won't cancel the rest of them. And I feel most of the time it's for lack of knowledge of knowing that so and so is owned by so and so, blah 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 blah. But cancel culture is just so hard because we all want an opinion, and we don't want someone to share an opinion that doesn't align with ours. And if it doesn't align with the mass, we'll cancel that person, sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So then it's just a bit of a popularity contest.
Yeah. In a sense, like there's certain people that you just can't never cancel, like even if you wanted.
Who would you never cancel?
Oh no, I'm not like specifically a person, but I mean of a certain level. You know what I mean?
Like you cancelling it isn't going to make an impact to them.
Yeah. Right. Or you or people just never will. Do you know what I mean? But it's easy to cancel people that are slightly on the outside, if that makes sense. And then we also persecute people for having an opinion too, which is everyone's valid to have. So it's just a tricky game.
To stay off Twitter, isn't it? I think Twitter's the worst of it.
You think so?
Like Twitter, Instagram comments and Twitter. I'm not on Snapchat anymore. But the thing that we were talking about the other week was about let me just give you a bit of context. So you know Keanu Reeves, the actor?
Matrix.
So, so he was on the red carpet with his girlfriend, and Keanu Reeves is in his 50s and his girlfriend's like in her 50s or 45 or something. And everyone was going crazy, like positively and negatively, and essentially they were saying that it's great that he's with a woman his own age, and a lot of people commenting saying, oh yeah, he's a great man because he's with someone his own age. And then as opposed to someone like Leonardo DiCaprio, who only dates girls up to no older than 25 years old, and he's 40 something.
Oh, okay.
And people were like, oh, you know, blah blah blah. So there was this back and forth.
So what was the issue with Keanu Reeves?
There wasn't an issue. They were like praising him for that, but they were praising him, and that automatically makes him a good person because he's dating someone his own age. But my thing is that if he wants to do that, that's fine. But then so's Leonardo DiCaprio is entitled to do what he wants. But everyone's like, no, he's good and he's bad. And I'm like, it's not that simple. Exactly. And I don't understand how and also people, when we were talking about it, people took it in a way where he was almost treating it like an R. Kelly situation where like people were being held against their will.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's dating younger women.
Yeah,
and it's against, like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't. It's not like, obviously both people are an adult. So if she's 24 and she wants to date him, is 40. He hasn't got to put a gun to her head. It's not like a R. Kelly situation where he's like kidnapping and, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, people are just going crazy about it. But obviously that ruffled a lot of feathers when we were talking about it. And I said, and the way I approached it was that people's goals in the relationship or what they want in a relationship might differ, and it definitely differs in age, doesn't it? So if what you want at 25, if you're male or female, is obviously going to be different to what you want at 40, male or female, you know. So, but people took some hella offense, boy.
Really? Do you know why it's so difficult to get involved in an argument? Yeah,
because people's already made up their mind, right?
No, people's standard of measure is always different. Okay. So your background and your upbringing and your views on stuff is almost like shaped, right? So your moral standpoint is, say, here. My moral standpoint might be here. And not to say that here is like worse than here, but it's different. So it's hard to argue something where we have two moral standpoints different. What we need to do is discuss and aim to learn
from their standpoints.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
That's another reason why I just don't get involved in the comments and stuff.
Yeah.
Because my view on things is, I'm not just outwardly going to be negative on stuff, because I don't feel that builds people up. And my personal thing in life is, anyone that I get around or people that I interact with, I want to build them up rather than tear them down, sort of thing. Just like a global community sort of view. But someone might not have that view. Someone might
strive with negativity.
Yeah, someone might have come from an experience that people have always tried to tear them down, so now they're going to tear other people down because that's their idea of how the world works, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to argue with people when you're coming from two different angles.
And you know, as someone who is working for a big platform, do you feel like there's certain things that you shouldn't say? Like your own personal morals and values aside, is there certain things that you know you shouldn't say because it would affect your work?
Not that it would affect my work, but I feel like there's a time and place for me to share what Robert thinks, if that makes sense. And there's also a time and place where it's not actually about me, so just keep your mouth shut, sort of thing.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like once you start, there's always, I don't know how to describe it. But some people will force them in situations where we don't need them. We just need what you're trying to do, sort of thing. And then some people won't speak up enough, so they'll suppress themselves in this environment. So it's just all about finding the balance. I don't feel like there's anything I can't say, but there's stuff that I might say that could be counterproductive to what we're trying to do.
Yeah, because there's obviously people who are, a lot of people get stick now for saying things or tweeting things or being in videos about stuff, and then obviously that gets put on all the blogs and whatnot, and so they're saying, oh, look at this person who said this or who was there and they've said this or they think this, or we've dug up old tweets.
Yeah.
Listen, I've already cleaned my Twitter, scrubbed that, but I was never a Twitter man like that. I was more of a Facebook don. Okay. Yeah, so you know when you get your memories come up on Facebook?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I was saying 10 years ago, man, Jesus Christ, I got to delete them, man.
No way, my thing was,
but it's just, you know, it's just ignorance, isn't it?
Yeah,
not even ignorance. It's just a bit of immaturity, and also like you just forget. You just don't, because before Facebook used to be like Twitter, where people can just put it. Now it's just all videos, just I don't even know what it is anymore.
And it's hard, because like, when is the cutoff point for growth, sort of thing? Do you know what I mean? Because I feel in society as well, we don't allow people to grow. We don't allow people to make a mistake, learn, and come back from that sort of thing. It's like one mistake and you're out. Do you know what I mean? If I went on the net right now and said something reckless, I lose my job, I won't get employed again. That's me gone from the entertainment sort of music industry sort of thing. Whereas like, what's the cutoff point? Is it a certain age? Is it like when you get to secondary school?
I think it's by continual actions. So you can say one thing reckless, but if you look at you currently, you could tell that's out of character. So if you were like here, and then you say something reckless, and then you go like that, then they're like, okay, well, that's just out of character.
Yeah.
But if someone's consistently reckless, you're like, oh, it's just like who's that guy who's always talking trash? AC.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's always like
trash.
Not well. Okay. Well, he's talking like reckless in the sense of like what he talks about and what he discusses, and he has a certain energy about him, right? So obviously, if he was to start switch it up and be all nice now, people would focus more on that, wouldn't they? As opposed to
on the previous.
No, they would focus. Yeah, well, they would focus on the. It would be more of a shock if he was just thinking now, like if he just switched to complete positivity because they're used to him being a certain way. It would be out of character for him to do so, right? So it's the same thing of if you're being a stand-up sort of guy and you're not a reckless person, and then you just do one thing out of ordinary, then it can kind of come back down, you know. But I feel like now people think that there's situations where people have done things or tweeted things that say 10 years ago, 8 years ago, and before they were even had any kind of level of fame and celebrity spotlight, and now it's relevant. Come on now, you know it's not relevant to now, and you didn't care before, so what, now you want to bring them up just to bring them down? I mean, it's happened to a few people.
It's so tricky because you can never examine someone's heart behind it. So I can be here in front of you and say the most great stuff, like I could be hugely like media trained or whatnot, but in my heart, like I'm not that person. Do you know what I mean? And you can never examine someone's heart. Someone can say they've changed and they've not. Someone can change and it might not appear like they have, but really in their heart they have. So it's hard to sort of have that conversation without examining someone's heart. All you can judge people on is their actions.
Is that what you judge people on?
No, you can't judge anyone. Like, yeah, you can't.
Well, so people who interact with you on a personal level,
do
you judge them by their actions or by their words or both?
I think the way I'm set up is so different because I have no expectations of anyone at all. So if you're nice to me, like I don't expect you to be nice. If you're not nice to me, I don't expect you to not be nice. Do you know what I mean? So whatever you give me is what we'll go with, and I'm quite happy to keep it that way. And I think it's a bit of self-protection because I know with people I can be very invested, so I sort of have to not be invested to not get hurt, sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Ooh. Yeah, but is that in personal relationships, professional relationships, or
everything? So like I think professional first. From the jump you got to kick out professional and personal. Like people always say, oh, music industry is fake, this that. It's a professional setting. Do you know what I mean? Do you know when you're like in the office and you're sending emails? I
knew he was going to say that. Yeah, it's just
you don't talk like the way you send the emails. It's just a professional way of working,
conducting yourself.
Of conducting yourself. So it's like, how do we not make everything personal? Some stuff's just business. Do you know what I mean?
I do think some people haven't got a good control on their emotions though. Now I think some people don't know how to. People take things personal when they don't need to take things personally. Me personally, I judge people on their actions. Yeah. So you could say something to me, especially, I know it's just going to sound hella sexist, but especially men. I believe men should be men of their word or men of action. So, and me personally, I'm not going to say something to someone and agree it. Let's say, for example, we agree something now, and I say, okay, well, let's do this, or let's. The best example I always give is the borrowing money. So let's say I come to you and I'm like, all right, I need to borrow £100. Can you lend me £100? And you go to me, when can you give it back to me? And I say, oh, Friday. And you're like, and you go to me, like definitely Friday. I go, Friday, give back to you £100. Friday comes and goes.
No money.
What happened, bro? Like, and the thing is that I give someone the opportunity to tell me what works for you. Like I know I'm helping you out, but you tell me what works for you, what's feasible, what's realistic, and then that's fine. Now, different scenario. Friday comes, you give me the money, cool. Like if we're in another spot again, I know I can back you because you've shown that demonstration. I know it's only a trivial thing,
but the principle and the concept behind
it. I'm about a man of principles and stuff. That I don't like. I just want people to like. No one wants to be let down by people, and it's not in a case of being let down or being disappointed. It's more about just don't say something you're not gonna do.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I'd rather, like, it's just another form of lying than the rest of it. Just keep it raw with me. I keep it raw with you, and that's it. That's what I like to do anyway.
It's so weird, yeah, because I've been in the industry on so many different levels, even like prior to broadcasting and Capital Xtra. So I know what it's like to be the person no one's checking for. I know what it's like to be reaching out to 100 people and no one replies. But then I also know what it's like to be on this side, to have 100 people reaching out to you and you can't reply to everyone, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, we don't give grace for people's situations in terms of stuff like that. Like even today, right? Me personally, I'm awful on DMs, and I know you know that I'm so bad on DMs. And it's just one of the things that I'm bad on, but I'm here. Do you know what I mean? And we said we lock it in, and we made it here. Some people would see that and think like, oh, he's this and that because he don't reply to DMs. But sometimes some people just can't. Do you know what I mean? And I think for me personally, because I get a lot of music.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you get a lot of artists in there?
I get a lot of.
Check this out, YouTube link.
Yeah. And most of the time I do check it. Yeah. But you can't reply to everyone. Do you know what I mean? I always try and send people through emails.
Well, yeah, that's what I do, because I just turn around and say, look, it's first of all, if you send me a YouTube link, like you say, I'm not really going to check it there and then or whatever.
I check them, you know.
I don't personally, but I would prefer. I like everything in one place because I'll forget. So I'll just say to them, look, everything you got, YouTube links and MP3s and bios, put it all in an email. My emails and just fire it across, because there's moments where I sit down and I go through each one of my emails and reply individually and whatnot. So I feel like that's better and it's more constructive. And I know they do it to a ton of people, and I kind of feel like I'm just another person. So if I make it a bit more personal, I'll be able to give you my full attention. So, but I say it all the time. Sometimes you see me on my Insta story saying, don't send me rubbish, just email it to me and we can get something popping, you know?
It's tricky, man. Just overall, everyone just needs to be more understanding of each other. You need to listen to each other more and try and see people's environments.